at the Hilton Barbados Hotel in honor of local sports personalities. It's all part of government's way of recognizing the excellence of our athletes in their various disciplines. Our Sports Minister Stephen Lashley explains.
A key highlight of the night, of course, will be the launch of the Barbados Sports Persons Trust Fund. And the purpose of that fund will be varied, but in particular, we are very focused on using the proceeds of that fund to provide assistance to sports persons who would have retired. I believe that has been a very topical talking point for many years, where several of our distinguished sporting icons would have retired from active participation in sports, but nothing has been done to provide for them in retirement. This is a start. We're not saying that, of course, this is all that can and will be done.
Well, the event will be under the patronage of the Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers, where some 20 sporting icons will be honored and a mystery international personality will be present.
Among the features of the celebration, of course, will be the honoring of 20 of Barbados's most distinguished sporting icons, and they will be presented with very notable awards on the night itself. In addition, of course, to the 20 icons, we will also have the presence of, I said, one international icon, and I will keep that name secure for the time being.
Well, this special event, which honors many of our outstanding sports personalities living both home and abroad, will commence at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Well, opener Glenn Maxwell fired a blistering 145 not out as Australia posted a world record 263 against Sri Lanka today in the first T20 International in Pallekele. Maxwell struck 14 fours and 9 sixes during a 65-ball innings to help Aussies break a 9-year record held by Sri Lanka, who scored 260 for 6 against Kenya in 2007. In reply, Sri Lanka could only muster 178 for 9 off their 20 overs. Pacers Mitchell Starc and Sam Boland took 3 wickets apiece. Well, the West Indies squads for the limited overs series versus Pakistan that were named yesterday have some new faces and some familiar ones making up the team. CBC Shane Seeley analyzes the new-look T20 and one-day squads.
Let's start with the new kids on the block in the world champion T20 squad. In comes Nicholas Pooran and Rovman Powell, who have been rewarded for sterling performances in the Caribbean Premier League. The left-handed Pooran gathered over 200 runs for Barbados Tridents, with 2 half-centuries, including a top score of 81, but more notably, a strike rate of nearly 200. Powell, meanwhile, continued to impress, playing a key role with 228 runs to help Jamaica Tallawahs win the Caribbean title. The 23-year-old right-hander, a clean and powerful striker of the ball, is also a useful seamer. They will join another rising star in Evan Lewis, the young Trinidadian who lit up Broward Regional Park Stadium in Florida with an even ton against India in the first T20 International, which the Windies won by 1 run. Meanwhile, selectors have included fast bowler Jerome Taylor. He recently retired from Tests, but the Jamaican claimed 13 wickets for the St. Lucia Zooks at an average of 17 and an economy rate of 7 in the last CPL. Selectors continue to hold faith with the now very experienced Jamaican Marlon Samuels, who has proved that in finals he's the man to call on after his match-winning performances in both of the Windies T20 World Championships. He's also been kept for the one-day squad as well. And ODI captain Jason Holder also retains a place in the T20 squad, which is now captained by another emerging all-rounder in Barbadian Carlos Brathwaite. Holder still has a lot to prove in the T20 and one-day formats, and after a string of poor performances all around, his spot as captain, or even as a player for that matter, could be called into question. Looking more at the one-day squad now, Test players Craig Brathwaite and young Alzari Joseph are set to make their ODI international debuts after being named in the Jason Holder-led 15-man squad. 23-year-old Brathwaite, the Test vice-captain, averages 34 from 31 tests and has become known for his slow style of batting. However, he has showed flashes of his aggressive side with a stroke-filled 94 from 122 balls against Australia in Hobart last December. Young Joseph, on the other hand, was part of a successful West Indies under-19 squad which captured the ICC Youth World Cup in Bangladesh earlier this year, and he subsequently made his Test debut against India last month in St. Lucia. Still only 19 and with a mere 9 first-class matches under his belt, Antiguan Joseph is widely viewed as one of the most talented seamers in the Caribbean. And rising T20 star Evan Lewis has been named in the ODI squad for the first time, while wicketkeeper Dinesh Ramdin, recently axed from the Test squad, has been retained for the one-day setup. He has had a string of decent performances in the 50-over format, but with a current average of nearly 25 in 136 matches, this may be his final opportunity to hold a place after a long run in the West Indies setup. The squads read for the T20s: Carlos Brathwaite captain, Samuel Badri, Dwayne Bravo, Johnson Charles, Andre Fletcher, Jason Holder, Evan Lewis, Sunil Narayan, Kieron Pollard, Nicholas Pooran, Rovman Powell, Andre Russell, Marlon Samuels, Jerome Taylor and Shadwick Walton. For the ODIs, it will be Jason Holder captain, Suman Ben, Carlos Brathwaite, Craig Brathwaite, Darren Bravo, Jonathan Carter, Johnson Charles, Shannon Gabriel, Alzari Joseph, Evan Lewis, Sunil Narayan, Ashley Nurse, Kieron Pollard, Dinesh Ramdin and Marlon Samuels. Shane Seeley, CBC Sports.
Well, thanks, Shane. Serena Williams created history yesterday at the US Open Tennis Championship in New York. She set a new Grand Slam record of 308 victories after another win in last evening's round of 16.
Serena Williams now stands alone. Round of 16, Yaroslava Shvedova. Serena. That's another race.